Okay, we're all in the car. I think we've got everything in and everybody. We're just waiting for the cars to start moving. The ramp has gone down. We believe there's passport checks, I think she said on the announcement, so right, you better get passports ready. Yeah, so we're basically just waiting to start up and start heading off into France. We didn't get fuel yesterday, so don't know what the plan is, whether we're going to get some fuel here or if we see something useful. Ah, here we go, cars are starting to go now, so that's interesting. Cameras on the roof. We're all good. Oh, my phone needs to go on the charger area, which we believe will actually charge my phone now. I've wired it into a different USB port, so hopefully yesterday it didn't really charge, it just kept getting less, so today we're hoping it does charge. But yeah, we're just waiting to be let go. We're in the second line of 3, so we should be going pretty soon, I would say. Everyone's sort of starting to get ready, I think. I might turn on the car just so we're ready for it when it happens. Oh, I need to go into the menu to do this. This car has a like a sort of adaptation thing for headlights, so you can you know, what you can basically set it to European headlights, so that's good, but I think you've got to do it whilst you're stationary, so I want to do that now before it's too late. Here we go. Right, so I need to go back out into there, go into my settings, menu, and here we go. Yeah, so you go, so on this car you go to settings, light, headlights, and then, oh hang on, I'm stationary with the engine off. So I just got to turn the engine off slightly. Headlight adaptation, yep, so we're all good. Another thing is we don't have the sat-nav set up yet either, so that's going to be a problem. And it's going. So we're not we're on our way. So we're heading off now. Just trying to get my sat-nav up. I think I haven't got it set to, I can't use, I'm going to have to use Saint-Genis because I haven't turned on my roaming yet. So Saint-Genis is like our kind of sat-nav provider that can actually have offline maps. So just want to do a search, see if it will search it. Geneva. Just going to set it to Geneva at the moment. So hope it's clever enough to know Geneva. Doesn't seem like it is. Nope. Basically it seemed to be listening to me talking, so now it's like searching for Geneva and all the words I said. So let's try it again. Geneva. Right, now it's searching. It's got Geneva on there. Here we go. A little bit easier to drive off. It was on in the Portsmouth side. It was almost like you could have drove off the you know, you could have drove off the side of the quay if you wanted to, if you just went slightly wide. This side it seems a lot more controlled and yeah, a lot more sort of safe looking. Not that it wasn't safe yesterday, I'm sure. Right, we're just following these cars. I think there's going to be a passport check and then we will be heading. Oh, there's a queue, so it looks like there's a queue for passports, so let's see where he sends us. He's putting us in the middle lane here. Yeah, so it's sort of like weird. It was like a queuing system twice on the other side, and now it seems to be like another extra queuing system here. Right, anyway, we are going to go through passport control and then crack on with the journey towards Geneva. Okay, so we've stopped in Saint-Malo for some fuel actually, because we realised we didn't get some fuel yesterday, and we're going to attempt to fuel the car again. It looks like it's sort of got a kiosk, so that should be pretty good. So it means it'll be easier if there's a problem with the pump. And it's turned it on, but I need more angle. Right, here we go. Let's see. Right, it's kicking on. Right, I've got it. Sort of got it going, yeah. It's clicking off a bit again this time. Gotta do it very slowly. And it's a very awkward pump on this one. So this time, I think I'm getting it. It's a bit of a knack to it. I think it's working. I think I'm getting it going in this time. It's nice and slow, but we stopped because we saw it was 173. So €1.73, which is a very low amount really. We were expecting nearer like 1.8 or 1.9, so we're quite happy with that price. So we thought we'd better get it quickly, and in fact that would have been probably cheaper than Portsmouth. So just trying to ease it in. I'm not sure why it's doing this, but we'll get it looked at in Bulgaria. You gotta kind of just do it nice and slow. So don't know why it's so crazy, but there's a sort of knack to it. And because this is an attended place, you know, you got help here if anything goes wrong, or we can sort of like start 2 transactions or something crazy. So a lot of these places are not attended, so you know, you kind of got an automated machine. If the automated machine goes off, you know, you're not going to be able to fill. So just doing it nice and carefully. It's going in slowly anyway. Hopefully it'll be obvious when it's finished. Bit annoying that it won't go all the way in really. But it is going. I've got 20 litres in at the moment. It just takes a long time for us because there's a problem with the fuel thing. So you just have to be a bit careful. It's totally, yeah, just have to be really careful with it. The camera's going a bit crazy. Be really careful with it, fill really slowly, and just hope for the best really. But yeah, this is a Total, I think, fuel station. And as you can see, it's going in quite slowly. So it's not stopped, so that's good. It has stopped a few times, but I kind of got it going at a nice rate now. This was the biggest fear of this trip really, was that we would just find it a nightmare to fill the car, but kind of got a knack to it. Yes, I mean, I've only filled it like maybe once or twice since we first got it, because we only had it like a week or so. So, you know, it was kind of like I've learnt a bit of a knack with it. It's a bit slow, a bit annoying, but as long as it gets the job done, don't mind really. And it's still early in the morning here, so got off the ferry about 8, so we are, you know, we're quite early in the day. Let's see how it's going. Sort of hearing some burbling noises now, but it looks like it's sort of getting in there anyway. It's still going at the moment. Still going. About 32 litres in there, about €56. We were down to about half a tank, so hoping sort of really wanting to click off now. So right, I think it's done now, so I am going to pull it out, and hopefully, you know, you should see that it's sort of done, hopefully. Yeah, I think that's good. I think it's done. but I'm hoping we're full, because I don't know really if we're full or not. So close it up, and hopefully the guy will, yeah, hopefully we'll have a lot anyway. But yeah, I'm just going to go and pay for that, and then we'll be cracking on again. Okay, so I've just finished fueling the car. I wasn't sure if it'd be full or not, because I'm not sure if I've quite got the knack yet, but it looks like it is full, so that's good basically. Right, I need to get back on because I don't know which way we're going, Roach. I don't know actually. Start. Just need to check this out. Ah no, we were about to take a wrong turn in there. So we're all right now. Yeah, we're on the right route now. The sat nav, you know, takes a few seconds to get itself back up and running when you start the car up, so you have to get used to that. I was nearly turning off right when I should have been going straight, but the amount of times we do stuff like that anyway, to be honest, so we do it a lot. I'm going to stick the car back in comfort mode. That seems to feel the nicest when I'm driving. The other way felt a bit, you know, on Eco Pro, which is what it tends to default to, just seemed to be a bit like it was struggling more with the weight in the car. I don't know if it was, but I'll put it in comfort again. It's saying we've got 608 miles of diesel, so that should get us quite far. We're only going 885 kilometers. We might even make it all the way to Saint-Genis-Pouilly, which is where we're going to. We're staying in the Ibis budget there, and yeah, because it's quite a bit cheaper than staying in Geneva. We should get there around about sort of evening time, so hopefully we will still get to see Geneva, but we're not 100% certain that we will. We might have to just settle for the little village that we're staying in. But yeah, we're cracking on. We're just about to leave Malo, I think, and then we are on our way. So yeah, everything's sort of looking okay at the moment, fuel wise and everything else, and the fuel was cheaper, so pretty happy. What was it? It was like 170 something, yeah. Rach, wasn't it? I don't know what that is in pounds. You know, but
173 was,
yeah, I think it's 173.
£1.49.
So £1.49 for diesel, whereas it was £1.57 I thought I saw in Portsmouth. So I think it's been worth getting the fuel from there really. Right, so we're heading towards Rennes, I think. Don't know exactly where we're going because we don't know the route. We haven't studied it really. We just kind of relied on the sat nav. But yeah, we're heading on. making our way through France. We just stopped at like a toilet place, an air place without the yeah, it's a tip really. Stop at places where there aren't a garage, and I think you know, sometimes get a free toilet. The bad news is there's a bit of an oil smell coming from the car, which we already sort of did have an oil smell before. And I don't know, since we left our friend's house yesterday, the oil seems to have gone down quite a bit. The 1 litre top up minimum, like, kind of warning came up, and so I've topped up the car. I had some oil in the boot, so I've topped up by 1 litre. And I think what we're going to do is when we get to like Saint-Genis-Pouilly later, we're going to do a sort of test to see if we have you know, like any like major leak, because you know, if we when we get there, you know, if it's gone back down to the minimum again or got close to the minimum, then we know there's quite a lot of oil coming out. I mean, our previous BMW used to do that. We used to drive pretty much across to Bulgaria from the UK, and then on the way home you'd always have to top it up by a minimum of 1 litre, but it was pretty sort of manageable really. But yeah, car's looking good. Chloe's sat in the back there just having a bit of a drink. She's had a change, and yeah, so the car, you know, it is driving really well. You know, everything seems pretty good with it, apart from this oil issue. So that's the concern at the moment, is that we've got this issue. So a camera up on the top of the car, look, kind of magnetic there, works, gets a good view of the car, of the road, sorry. But yeah, we're just sort of we're hoping that it isn't like any worse than our previous BMW, because that's kind of livable. You know, a litre every sort of few thousand miles is not the end of the world. But if it is coming out pretty quickly, which I'm a bit worried about, there could be a worse problem. I mean, we can hear dripping at the moment. I'm not sure if it's dripping or whether it's just cooling down, but you can sort of hear a noise. Pretty sure our previous one did that as well. It's just, it does sound like it's dripping quite a bit really, so that's the worry. But yeah, so yeah, what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to probably head on the road and then, you know, maybe do a test. I mean, you can do a test of the car when it's sat here. So I mean, I only just did it at the last garage, so if we were to like turn the car on and then just go into menu, you got to wait for it to like kind of come up. But yeah, so I just wait for it to come up again. Need to get into menu. They're just waiting for it all to load up. It's because I've got the Android screen on it as well, so that doesn't help. That kind of tries to take over. So what we want to do is now measure the, because we're now in neutral. Right, so it's going to do the, it's going to check the oil level, and Chloe back there just sort of chilling. She's doing okay, but the oil level is just measuring now. Let's just see if it's gone down any somewhat since we you know, since we left the last garage, which was a very short period. Rachel and Emily have gone off to the toilet because it's a free one, so I thought they'd get in and use that. Right, here we go. Yeah, it's 60%. Yeah, it's just measuring the oil level. It did this before when I tested it, so yeah, we've used nearly all the fuel that we put in since Malo as well, so that's another thing. I don't think it's drinking more fuel than it should though. It's probably fine. but you know, we've been quite a while. I don't know how many miles it is or kilometers, so it's at the moment still showing like close to max. So we need to now see if that is significantly different when we get to Geneva, basically. So let's see. But yeah, we don't know, but hopefully Rachel and Emily will be back soon. Yeah, they're coming down the way now. You can probably see them in the distance walking down the path. But yeah, so these are the things, these are the risks. You know, we're buying the cheapest car, the cheapest X5 in the UK, so of an F15 type. So yeah, I think it's always a risk, but it just drives really nice. So hopefully, even if there is an oil leak, it's probably something simple and you know, small, hopefully. But you never know. I'm always suspicious. You know, I've kind of been burnt quite a few times. So people do, you know, kind of, yeah, they'll offload the car, you know, when there's something bad, you know, and you kind of come along and think, oh, it's cheap, which it was, you know, 7,800. He wanted 8.5 for it, so cheapest I saw on Auto Trader was about 9 something, and that was without the X drive. You know, that was the like kind of X5 that's not really an X5. But anyway, we're gonna give it a go. They're back now, see how they're doing it. Emily, you're better now? Feel better? Yeah. Chloe's just been chilling. It's quite nippy. It's around about 7 degrees. It's not warm. Maybe 7.5. But yeah, we're going to head on, and hopefully, I mean, it's still at max now, but we've only come a few miles since I put the oil in. But let's just see if it doesn't kind of drip out quite a bit. I couldn't see any oil on the floor anywhere we've been, so it's kind of odd, but it's probably going onto a tray or something. But right, we're going to head on and see how we get on, I think. Okay, we've come off the road to a station where it's not that cheap for the fuel, but we're going to give it a go. I think we've got to put the card in first, so I'm going to do that. I'm guessing that's how you do it, I would have thought. And then yeah, we've got this problem, haven't we, with the fuel situation, so hopefully I can use this. It's like an automated place, so but anyway, yeah, we've had some more fun and games since we were on. Right, so Gazole, put in my pin there, which I won't show you. Right, and then it might like take a certain amount from us. Then we've got to like kind of fill up, I think. Right, approved, remove card. Right, so basically it's saying I've got a maximum of 200 euros. And now what I'm going to try and do is use an app. So basically, yeah, we had that error message come up again about the yeah, straight off. We had that message come up again about the drivetrain. Again, flicked off really quickly, just didn't, you know, just straight away it came on, then went off again within a few seconds. So not sure about it, not sure if it's a real problem or not. But yeah, as you can see, I've got my little knack going on here, and I am filling, and it's going in, and you can sort of see on the yeah, just got to be really careful with it. I've only put like a litre and a bit in at the moment. It's about €3, so yeah, so I've just got to sort of get this done. Trouble is we're down to like a quarter of a tank now, roughly, maybe a bit less, so it's probably going to be a bit of a hard slog to get the fuel in this time. Yeah, just trying to, no, it doesn't like that. Basically, some are faster than other, I think. It's going in, no, it's going in a bit faster now, so I think we've got to get in about, I don't know, it could be up to like 60 litres or something. So I don't know how many litres, but got to get it in, and then we're going to stop and just see if Chloe needs a change, and yeah, just like kind of do another oil measurement, I think, because we're quite a bit away from Geneva still, but we're just sort of like wanting to know what the oil level's like. We've still got a litre left in the bottle, so if we need to put an oil litre in, yeah, see, look, it's only got 7 litres in, or 8 litres so far, so I need to sort of be able to pull it a bit more than I am, I think. Oh, see, as soon as you do that, it clicks off. So I've got to do it very gently. Yeah, I'm just hoping it's not a problem that deteriorates. I don't know if it is or not really. I've just got to be very gentle with it, and then I'm going to fill it up. So anyway, I'm going to do that now, and then we'll come back when we've done an oil measurement. Eventually managed to fill up the car, and we're on our way again. We've gone on a little bit from there because we've been discussing the problem. We're now onto like I think like a free road. Like a lot of the roads are toll roads, and you pay at like peages. Although one of them's a bit weird because I think we've got to pay online. So we're going to have to work out how you pay that online. It didn't really have any barriers. But anyway, yes, I did a measurement of the oil, and it had gone down since we left the previous place, which we think was around 300 kilometers. We're not 100% certain, but we kind of, at the moment, we've got a kind of, we believe it's drinking, well, you know, losing 200 and, you know, basically quarter of a litre every 300 kilometers. That's what we think is happening, which is, you know, it's quite a lot, I think. So, I mean, our previous BMW used to leak oil, and yeah, we could probably drive to Bulgaria from Doncaster. We, you know, after filling it up, make sure it's full, and then we would have a trip around Doncaster for maybe like not Doncaster, sorry, around Bulgaria for a little while. Then the return trip home, we would then probably get the oil warning that we needed to top it up by a litre. Emily. You know, so that was a very long time before that. You know, it was kind of more sweating oil out than it was leaking it. And so yeah, we're not that worried if there's a little bit of an oil leak, but obviously this is like much worse. So we don't know really what the cost of the oil will be all the way along the route. So, you know, we're thinking if we're getting 1,200, you know, kilometers for a litre of oil. I mean, I've still got a litre left in my bottle. Emily, I'm trying to talk. We've got a litre of oil left, which I can put in, obviously. But we've got to kind of make a decision whether it's worth carrying on and getting to Bulgaria and then getting people that we know to look at the car there, see if there's anything we can do. It's just we're a bit worried because obviously this was the cheapest car that was available, X5 in the UK, an F15. So it's kind of like had little issues already. You know, we had the problem with the you know, leak in the shark fin aerial, so we've had to sort of like fix that and kind of silicone it a bit. You know, which we don't know if that's the only leak there, so we haven't had any more rain. So we're kind of like, yeah, there was the, you know, the fact that it takes ages to fuel it because there's a problem with that. So is that a big problem? I'm guessing it's not a big problem, but you know, trouble with BMWs is they can often, you know, have a smaller problem that costs a lot. But anyway, I mean, Bulgaria is not a bad place if you know the right people to get things repaired, so you know, that might be to its advantage. But I think the plan at the moment is to get to Geneva, because we should be able to make it there with no issue. Have a think about it, and then we have to make a decision whether we carry on, I think, or whether we use, you know, like basically head back, you know, like cancel our plans. It's a bit of a worry because we do have bookings with hotels and stuff and Airbnb type places, so you know, there's probably some loss there because we can't get the money back on maybe two of those. Plus we're going to miss out on, you know, going on the trip really, and we'll have to rethink it and you know, think it all again, which is a real problem. So you know, we might have to do it later in the year, or you know, who knows. But basically, you know, the issue that we got is that we don't know how easy it's going to be to fix the car. We don't know how big a problem it is, whether it's just a little oil leak, you know, something simple that can be fixed. But yeah, so that's where we're at the moment. So I think we're going to go to Geneva, well, the village outside Geneva, stay in the hotel for the night, and then like kind of discuss it all and have a think about it. And you know, at the end of the day, the car is still running, it's driving really well. Yes, there's been a couple of weird drivetrain messages come up, but it feels like a car that drives well. So it doesn't feel like a car that is going to blow up on us, but you know, touch dashboard that it doesn't. And but yeah, we have to have a think really. We have to think about it and make a good decision really. We don't really want to go home, but we have to have a little think about it really. So yeah, that's what we're going to do.